with the experience you've got of coaching the Lions, when you look at the first 3 or 4 games, you have a rough idea of what team to pick and when. How challenging has it been having to almost play on an hour-to-hour basis, let alone a day-to-day or week-to-week basis?
Yeah, that's what we're sort of faced at the moment. We're not 100% sure who the opposition is going to be next week, so it's a little bit difficult to plan too far ahead. But that's kind of the challenges, and you can only have an influence on the things that you can change, and you just got to be. We talked about being adaptable and being able to change, and we think we've done that successfully. And even the other night, I kind of got quite pumped up about the challenge and something being different, and I know the players fronted up to that those difficult circumstances and been locked in their rooms for 8 hours, coming out and then getting on a bus and going and warming up and playing a game. So it's a little bit different, but it's different kind of in a good way. I think it's different because whatever's been thrown at us at the moment, we feel we're able to cope with it. We feel we can deal with it and go out there and perform under whatever pressure and whatever circumstances there are.
Hey Warren, can I just ask you, I can understand why you'd be taking things one game at a time more than ever now, but the next game against the emerging Boks, have you received any assurances that they'll be able to field the team? We haven't heard from Springboks about what's going on in their camp since Tuesday.
No, we're not 100%. It'll either be the Springboks or the Stormers, so they might switch those games around. So that hasn't been confirmed. Hopefully in the next 24 hours we'll know which way those games go.
And I just follow up, the bomb squad maybe weakened a little bit if Snowman's out, they've got a couple of doubts, and you obviously got 6-2 split this weekend, you've got Byrne at 6, you've tried Laws there, but you've also tried a more traditional flanker. Does what they're doing and how they're shaping up affect majorly how you're going to approach your back five or your scrum, plus how you might pick your bench?
No, just at the moment, the players are still going out there, they're performing well and putting their hands up, and so it's kind of, as we start getting a bit closer, it's making the most of every opportunity, because there's a huge amount of competition in the squad, and we know we're going to have some really tough and difficult decisions to make when we come to the test team. So, the message is just when you get an opportunity, go and make the most of it, because that's all the players can do. I mean, and that's their challenge. And then as coaches, we've got to, given the task of making the difficult decisions to hopefully pick what we think is the right test team to do a job for us.
Yeah. Hey Warren, can you kind of just sum up the feeling then today when the whole squad tests negative after all the talk about a tour being doomed, etc.? It must have given everyone a bounce.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Look, the case that we had, we're very unsure where that came from. But everyone's been very vigilant in terms of the wearing masks and social distancing, and trying to stay away, and travel on the bus and things. So we've been very careful and trying to make sure that we didn't have any cases, and so that very weak positive test that was for someone that's come back negative in the last 2 days. So they thought it was possibly a false positive, but we have got one case, and then hopefully the close contacts will be out of isolation soon. So yeah, look, I can't speak more highly of the way that everyone's conducted themselves. The medical team have been absolutely outstanding, and the strength and conditioning team, and so that they sort of moved into top gear on Wednesday afternoon, doing deliveries around to all the players and bags and food and stuff for pre-match meal, and making sure everyone was ready, and if people needed ice and or bath salts or whatever, they were there for them. They worked incredibly hard and took a lot of pressure off the coaches in terms of helping prepare the team and made it easier for the players.
Yeah, just very briefly, it sounds pretty positive on Robbie Henshaw. Is there an updated time frame where you expect him to be back playing games?
He thinks he's ready to go now, so so he's not too far away. Whether that's next Wednesday he gets a run or the next weekend. So, but he's up and running, and hopefully he'll start doing more stuff over the weekend as well, and we'll make a decision on Sunday whether that's him being back involved on Wednesday or next week.